fellas. Welcome back to Tuesday, May 18th. Hey, fellas show. Hey, fellas live, fella talk.
We're, we're back again.
We're back again. At this
All
point,
the
don't even
all the
question it.
doubters, all the haters who said we couldn't do it.
At this
They
point,
said they said you could do it on Monday, but you can't do Tuesdays. That's what they
Tuesdays are
said.
tough.
They said you might be able to do Mondays, but there's no way you'll be able to do Tuesdays.
They were dead
And
wrong.
we showed them.
They
We
were
showed them.
dead wrong.
We're here. We're here right now. We're here from 10 to 12, and we're gonna be here.
We'll be here.
What controversies should we start first? You know, I've got one actually.
You've got some controversies.
Zion Williamson is a cheater.
What? Nah, he's so
Yeah,
wholesome.
no, Zion Williamson is a cheater. Not only did he take calorie pills so that he is the biggest? Yeah, yeah. Well, that's allegedly, very allegedly. That is just my assumption. But he's too big to be playing basketball. Anyway, Zion Williamson and Adidas did the no back in college. Allegedly.
No.
Allegedly accused. They did the no. There is a lawsuit filed against Adidas by another player who never got the opportunity to play in college of some kind because Adidas screwed them or something along those lines. I don't know. They're being very hush hush about who the other person was. But when the investigation was launched, they launched into Adidas, and guess whose name came across a couple of untraceable payments and weird things from a certain Adidas employee to the Williamson family while
No.
he was in Duke.
No. Whatever. What are they gonna do? Take his
Oh,
name
sorry.
off the walls?
Oh, according to the documents, an employee of the apparel maker allegedly funneled money through his company to Williamson's family while the New Orleans Pelicans star and former Duke All-American was in high school.
Hmm.
Oh, so Adidas got Zion back in high school. Oh, wait, here we go. The lawsuit was filed by Brian Bowen II, who initially signed with Louisville and later with South Carolina. Bowen became entangled in the federal corruption investigation into the sport when his father accepted payments for his son to play for Louisville.
Mm.
So
See.
Zion. Now, every single player I feel like accepts money
Well, I have
in
a
in
question.
basketball. What?
Is it illegal to take money in high school?
Yes,
It
very.
is.
Yes. Well, I don't know if it's illegal to take money in high school, but the NCAA will make you ineligible if you do.
Gotcha.
I don't know if it's considered illegal, but I know that if you accept money in high school, there's no way
Yeah,
in
it
hell you're playing
still
for the NCAA.
affects. Okay.
Yeah, that definitely affects your eligibility. Now, earlier this month, a North Carolina judge ruled in favor of Williamson in a case concerning lawsuits filed regarding a contract he terminated with the Florida-based marketing agent. So apparently, this is not the first time with these two. The agent's attorney had alleged Williamson's family had accepted improper financial benefits as they sought $100 million in damages. Holy shit,
It must have been pretty good.
that's a lot of damages.
That is a lot.
Duke has repeatedly stated the school reviewed Williamson's eligibility and found no concerns before his loan season in 2019 when he became Associated Press National Player of the Year. So Zion was securing the bag all the way back in high school.
Did you ever see shoot, I forget what show does it. It's either JJ Redick or something like that, where they ask him, they come on the show and they go, "So how much did Duke pay you? So how much?" And they just straight up asking to watch how uncomfortable they get. And I swear, not one person has ever looked not guilty.
Oh yeah, there's no way. There's no way you're a 5-star recruit,
Yeah,
4-star recruit going to like these big schools. And I don't care if it's not like straight cash that you're getting handed, or maybe it's not like
yeah, you get
a
like a
diamond
nice
neck.
watch.
Maybe it's not a diamond watch that they're handing you, but man, they're doing something. They're paying for all the shoes. I mean, you see all these guys coming into the NFL draft, and they are just in $10,000 suits and $30,000 watches on, and
The thing
diamond
that also,
necklaces.
and it's like with that, you can kind of be like, oh, these dang kids can't stop getting their swag. but also it's like they also like buy their parents like houses
Oh yeah, no.
and like for their family, and that's like where I feel like it gets dicey because it's like okay,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so you're 18, and some dude's like, now look, it's a little sketch, but I'll buy your mom a house,
yeah.
and you can come see all
So
your games, and you're like,
I'm one of the top representatives from Adidas, and I'm gonna pay you a bunch of money to sign with Adidas one day. And Zion's probably like, okay, yeah.
yeah,
All
like fine,
17
that's
years
fine,
old of Zion was
yeah,
like,
that's fine. Word, I'll take that.
yeah, I'll take that.
Hmm.
I don't know. I like, man, the NCAA needs to rewrite some stuff.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Which good for them for already starting to rewrite some stuff. And I can see both arguments of paying players and not playing players, but you have to let a player in your organization make money off their own name.
Yeah,
I get it. Don't pay him, like, don't have to pay him a stipend. You already paid him the tuition to be there. Like, I get it. You're giving them a degree, blah, 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 whether they take it or not. Like, sure, don't have to give them a stipend, but you have to let someone in your organization let them make money off their own
yeah,
name. You can't own their name when they're playing in your league. That's not, you can't do that.
because that's
Like,
essentially just acknowledging that they can make money and then saying, but we want it. It's
but
pretty messed up.
you should get a degree instead. Like, no, that's
Yeah,
not on them for that's not on you to decide. That is completely their, like, that is their decision
and it's
whether
like,
they want an education or not. You let
why?
them.
What just let them do both? What the heck? Like, what
Yeah,
kind of
like,
what
you
kind of
act like it's going to hurt your
school?
school.
Yeah.
Also, it would probably help schools because those players are going to stay around longer now.
Yep.
Like, the Trevor Lawrences of the world are going to take a fourth year because he's probably going to make more money in college than he is the first year in the NFL.
Yeah.
If Trevor Lawrence and like those guys could make money off their names in college, you know how much money they would be making. Like, imagine Baker back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Oh, imagine Johnny back in the
Yeah.
day.
Some
Like,
Johnny
oh my
football, some
God, they would
Tebow
have
in the
made
back in the
so much
day. Some
money.
what?
I looked at something. It was an average with the new rules that are coming out of the NCAA and letting people make name off their image and
Yeah.
likeness and stuff. I read a stat, and I read it last year, 2 years ago maybe, and I forget who it was, but it was like a 3-star college recruit. It was a running back for like Alabama or something, and they projected that if he was able to make his like money off his name, image, and likeness, and this is even like a top 5 known college player at the time, they said he would have made like $560,000 in 1 year.
That's a
That's a
ton.
lot of money for a
That
college
is a
student
ton of money.
who is probably broke right now.
Yeah.
And also
That's
that then eliminates them taking a sponsorship from Nike, which, okay, whatever. If you don't want other sponsors in your league, fine. Like, I can understand that. The image and likeness, you can't control a player's name.
no.
Also, give us back NCAA games on video games. Damn it.
Please.
Please. Can we please
Please.
get past this? We get it. You're not supposed to use their names, and don't use their names. Just use their numbers like you did before. Please. We need our NCAA video games back. I want NCAA 22. I want NCAA basketball 22.
Or just
NCAA
pay
basketball
the
is probably the
dang
most,
kids so we can have their names and their numbers and the game. Come on now.
exactly. Do you
Just
know
like
EA could totally redeem themselves with an NCAA game right now because they have sucked in every other game right now. They're
like
terrible.
is it really that
Madden, horrible.
I feel like you could cut like I don't know, at least for like a basketball game, cut like every D1 player like a $500 check and just be like you're going to
Hey,
be in you're going to be in
you're gonna be in a
NCAA
video game.
22. NCAA basketball 22. You're going to be in it. Here's hey, just stay quiet. You're good.
That is very interesting though. I wonder how you go about, like, with the new rules and everything. I wonder how you go about making a video game like that. Like, if you use someone name and number, do you have to actually pay them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have to pay them like royalty, or do you just have to pay it? Like, do you
I
think they
think
could just be like,
you
here's
can
$1,000
negotiate
for,
that. I think most of
yeah,
the time with like the NFL, I believe for Madden, that's all handled through the Players Association. So that's the one thing that makes it
yeah? I was
difficult
gonna say
with a college sport to have someone
because
to
it'd be an
represent.
individual base, right? It
Yeah,
would
and
have to
or I'm
be.
sure maybe they could do school by school. That's the other thing though. Once those players have the rights and their name has value and they can license it and all that, they're gonna want people to represent them, and then it's gonna be like, okay, do you have agents or do you have like an actual association? Do they like actually create maybe
Yeah.
conference by conference or something like that? But typically, I think they get some kind of check off the bat to use their likeness in the game, and then I believe they get royalties, but it's split among like I don't know. I heard Pat McAfee talk about it. He said it was
Probably
like
like 10% split among the NCAA itself or something
I
like
think
that.
I think he got like a $3,500 check or something from Madden at the one event, and they like are like, this is what you made from the game.
Oh,
All
really?
right, like all right,
All right, cool. That's pretty funny though.
yeah.
No, give us freaking NCAA back. Did you
Mhm.
ever play those games?
Oh yeah, I had the one.
Oh
I had the
my,
basketball one with
yep.
Katie on the cover. I had a
Oh God, I was too young to even know who KD
see
was
me
at the
too.
time.
I looked back a couple years later at it, and I was like, oh wow, that's Kevin Durant on there, huh?
Yeah, no, I played NCAA basketball and I played NCAA football
And I had a football
all
one
the
too.
time, all the time. You know what I'd do? I'd get a running back every single time, and then
Yeah,
I'd play as the whole team, and I would use the same play every single time, the option, the triple option,
yeah.
and you would just run sideways. You'd run as long as you could with that quarterback, and then you'd let him get fucking popped. And you pitch it back to your running back who has 99 speed because you just built the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And he just takes off all the way down the field for the end zone. And you get all the rushing yards as long as that pitch goes off. He was averaging like 880 yards a game and like 10 touchdowns. It was no big deal.
Imagine
That game
online
was
now.
electric. Oh, NCAA Online would be so much fun. Mascot games now.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Oh
mascot games
yeah.
were lit. The mascot games were lit. I
I
always take a little
forgot
Goldie
about
Gopher
those.
and just trash on people. Ah, God.
Bring it back.
Paying players. Paying players. What a strange concept in college that should have been done so long ago. That yeah, it feels like that kind of Tuesday right now.
Tuesday.
We need to bring the electric up. You know how we do that? We put Dan Motor City Campbell in our news.
Oh, I heard what he's up to over there
He,
in D.
he this man is absurd. He is biting kneecaps.
What is
He is
DC up to in
he's
the
changing
MC?
the culture.
What is
He
he up to?
fucking he joked about actually bringing a lion to practice,
But
or
was it a joke?
joked. It was probably one of those, haha, yeah, let's bring a lion to practice, totally serious. And then people were like, Dan, Dan, are you sure? And he's like, no, I'm kidding. But if we want a lion, I would totally get a lion.
He's got like a tarp over like this thing. It's like growling. He's like, yeah, no, I'm just joking. And drags it
It
over
would totally be like a pre-game ritual for Dan to just wrestle a lion before the game starts, and that's how like they get hype. Like they they strap like a porterhouse 32-ounce porterhouse raw steak on Dan's back, and they just strap it there. They're like, Dan, go wrestle him. And Dan's like, all right, wham.
Now,
That dude's absurd.
so Dan Campbell, does he have a lion? Do we have reason to believe he really, really has a lion?
He said, I don't think we're going to be able to do it, but I would love to literally just have a pet lion. Just a
Mm.
legit pet lion on a chain, a big ass chain. And he really is my pet. We just rock around the building. We go out to practice. We're at 7-on-7. We're behind the kicker when he's kicking. There we are. So this man just wants to get a chain up a lion, like just a normal collar, and just bring him around practice.
And he's gonna he's gonna be behind the kicker when he's kicking, and then he said and the line would be on command, and he said that if a position group wasn't performing well, he could have the line relieve itself in front of the group. I love that. That's what he trained. That's what he trains the lion to do. He doesn't train it to like attack him or like knock him down or like growl at him. Just like walk over and take a piss and just
Straight straight quote from Dan Campbell. I mean, think about it. That would be outstanding. Dude, this man needs to be checked for something. He's on something. He's either got way too much roids pumping through his system, he's pumping way too much testosterone, He is doing something. This guy is borderline freaking crazy.
He's still. I can't believe how
He's
many.
still, dude, he's still talking about it. There's more quotes from him. The problem is, I don't know if PETA's going to allow that, though.
Ah,
It's going to be
Peter.
hard. Campbell said, believe me, though, we would take great care of it. It would be fed well. It would be petted. It would be manicured. I might end up losing an arm because of it, but that would be even better because it would validate what this is a freaking. I might end up losing an arm because of it, but that would be even better because it would validate what this is a creature now. This is an animal. This is from the wild. I can literally see him in this interview be like, this thing is from the wild.
It
This is a
validates
freaking
what?
creature.
This is a freaking. This is a creature now. This is an animal. This thing is just
I
from
lost
the
my
wild.
arm to validate that this thing is wild. What a psychopath. What a maniac. This man is in charge of a multi-million-dollar organization. Like tens of millions of dollars. And he's just leading the charge. This guy who wants to own lions and have one bite his freaking arm off to validate that it's a wild animal.
This thing, this creature, it's the wild.
Holy shit, Dan Campbell.
He's always electric.
Motor City Dan Campbell. He's, man, if it actually turns out like well, I could see the whole NFL trying to adapt that kind of style. Like going forward.
Oh yeah.
Like just a freaking nuts psycho. Way too into it. I love that he's like like an athletic trainer coach, or he acts like one, even though he's the head coach. Like he
Yeah,
looks
he
like all
really
the
does.
guys that would be like jacking you up in the gym, but at the same time, like I saw a video of him the other day too, trying to teach one of the rookies like blocking and stuff, and he's literally like down on like all fours, like blocking this dude and like showing him all the different moves, and he's just whipping this fucking. It looked like a corner or something because this dude was not as big as Dan Campbell, and he's literally showing him how to shuck him, and he's just whipping the cornerback back and forth. It's like, Dan, stop! You're bigger than him.
Oh, Dan Campbell.
Be nice, Dan. If we had a fight to the death between all coaches, does Motor City Dan Campbell win it? Like a 1v1 tournament gladiator style. Does Dan Campbell win it?
He's up there. He makes the last. He's like in the finals for sure.
It's got to be like Vrabel and Campbell, right?
Yeah,
In the finals.
Vrabel was willing to cut his dick off if they win the Super Bowl. He's got that same level of crazy.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
I think there'd be a dark horse somewhere in there though.
yeah, I'm
I
trying
feel
to.
like
I'm
I
sure
feel like
there's
Andy Reid could turn into like the Kung Fu Panda kind of thing.
a quick
Like
skadoosh on him.
they try and hit him too hard, but he just kind of like hits him right back. Just kind of absorbs it.
I feel like Belichick could just kill everyone.
I feel like Belichick would just, use his mind power. Like he would just use his mind and just like cripple people, like break all their bones just by like blinking at them. Yeah, like one of those. And then all of a sudden, and the person would just drop dead and be hitting. Belichick would be like, "Yeah, I've been doing this for years." God, the NFL is so boring in the off season. So boring. Someone do something stupid. Not too stupid, but like a little bit stupid. Chicago Bears see strong attendance at voluntary workouts despite prior objections. Boring. New England Patriots set to re-sign quarterback Brian Hoyer. Boring. Firefighters rescue kitten that became stuck in New York Giants cornerback Isaac Yiadom's car.
Oh.
Entertaining. I want to read this one. A kitten.
Small cat.
Stuck. No. They rescued a kitten, but then it became stuck in the coroner's car. Well, there's a picture with him posing next to firefighters, holding his thumbs up. Wow, I cannot believe that this is sport news. ESPN, do better.
My friend Vince, shout out Vince, had puppies, and one of his puppies he liked hanging out under the car because it was shady. And then one time he was just like hanging out with like his little arms up, like kind of above, like where the wheels are. And then he just pulled himself up, and then he was just gone. And we like slid under, and he was just in. He just went in the car, and he was just like chilling up there.
Whoa.
And we had to get his little brother, 'cause he has a small arm, to
Did
go up
you
and
have
like
to
pull him
call the
out.
fire department?
No, we managed to do it ourselves, but
Was it Isaac Yadam's car?
yeah, I think it was. We were like, how did
Oh,
we get
nice.
here? Who
Nice.
is this guy?
Jacksonville Jaguars waive Raquel Armstead. Sad.
That is sad.
Temple alum. Raquel Armstead gets waived. He's gonna be picked up though.
Yeah.
I think he missed last year due to COVID. I don't think he actually opted out. I think he got placed. Yeah, Armstead was placed twice on the COVID reserve list. He spent 19 days on the list the first time, then dealt with a groin injury and another illness before going back on the list. Players are placed on the if they test positive. He was a fifth-round pick in 2019, ran for 108 yards and 35 carries. He was likely to have a larger role with Leonard Fournette. Then James Robinson came in, and now they just got Etienne that they're now putting at wide receiver, and they're waiving Raquel Armstead. So James Robinson is their guy. Washington football team lands all-time sack leader from Washington football team, Ryan Kerrigan. Goes to the Philadelphia Eagles. Congrats.
Thank goodness.
I think Tom Brady's homeless because Derek Jeter sold the mansion that Tom Brady was living in or was renting. So Tom Brady's homeless. I hope he doesn't have to like panhandle or anything trying to get a home.
Yeah, I don't know how Tom Brady's gonna be able to find a place to live in Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady's homeless. You heard it here first.
And there's no chance
Somebody help him.
Resolving it in the next couple minutes. There's no chance.
He's probably.
I don't think
he probably has all his stuff on the street right now.
He probably doesn't know a single successful person in Tampa that has a mansion that he maybe works with, or he might, or
he's fucked.
On his or his wife's salary, be able to purchase or rent or even get a hotel. He is going straight on the street. He's watching. He's giving your window a shine.
We need a moment of silence for Tom Brady's house and life because it sounds like he will never recover from this tragic moment.
Let's see how it affects his arm strength.
Thank you for that moment of silence for Tom Brady's house and possible future living situation. He might have to retire after this.
Yeah, if his legs hurt too bad.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a bed because he doesn't have a house because Derek Jeter sold it. Derek Jeter's an asshole.
He's really causing a lot of problems.
He really just made Tom Brady homeless. What a terrible human being. Derek Jeter's officially canceled, by the way.
You heard it here first.
Leaving people homeless. NBA doesn't start till Thursday. That's some horseshit. Can I tell you our latest feat? We are now betting on WNBA games.
Wow. We did it. I know we were mulling it over.
Yep. It's official. It's officially official that we are doing it. I'm going to be damn good at it, too. I'm going to be damn good at it. You just wait.
Hey, I believe you. I'm no doubter.
I believe myself.
Okay. Well, then you don't need my opinion.
What else? God, news sucks Monday to Tuesday.
Who you're a fan of?
Well, the Minnesota Lynx, of course. The only Minnesota team to win a championship in the past 30-something years.
Wow. So
I think that
So there was the Timberwolves that made you do it, huh? They really...
Yeah. Yeah, they really... They were the ones. I hate being a Minnesota fan. Do you know how bad... Just the history, like if anyone doesn't know
I don't think you've never mentioned it.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have either. If anyone doesn't understand how bad Minnesota teams actually are, our last championship was in '93. Was the Twins? They won it in '91 and '93. That was the last time we have even been to a championship in our top four teams. Now, credit to the WNBA, Minnesota Lynx. They have won a couple championships
Way to
and
go,
made that
guys.
drought a little less strong. But in sports that I genuinely watch and genuinely care about, which I do now care about the WNBA, I just didn't at the time. That's a 28-year drought. Timberwolves haven't been to the playoff. I've watched the Timberwolves go to the playoffs one time in my entire life, 2 times. I have never seen the Twins win a playoff game because in 2001, well, I have seen one actually. In 2001, we beat Billy Bean's Moneyball team, and now Billy Bean haunts us and curses us ever since then because we have not won a playoff game. I've never watched the Vikings go to the Super Bowl. I've seen them win some playoff games, lose a lot more than win. And yeah. Oh, and the Minnesota Wild became a team when I was basically born. And I've seen them win a lot of playoff games, but lose more. Never been to the Stanley Cup, never been to once. Well, I've never seen them go to the Western Conference Finals. That's my life. However, this team is going to bring me to the damn promised land. I'm telling you.
And if not, you got the Lynx now.
They play game 2 tonight.
Wow. Did you know they have the largest stadium capacity as well of all other WNBA teams?
No, that's because they play in Target Center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they play in Target Center.
Yeah,
Interesting.
no.
That's the biggest WNBA arena.
Yeah, they beat out the Sparks, the Liberty. They don't even.
Dude,
stand a
those
chance.
teams have their own WNBA arena.
No, the Liberty play in the Barclays Center.
Okay.
The Sparks play in the Staples Center.
Wow,
And who
really?
else is
Really?
close?
Biggest capacity?
Oh, the Phoenix
I know.
Mercury. They play in the Suns Arena.
The Minnesota Lynx actually, I remember when we were good when I was back in middle school, like when they were in that dominant little span there. They would like not sell out games, but like they were honestly probably beating the Timberwolves in attendance at that time with how bad the T-Wolves were.
That's
and like how good like the playoffs and stuff were actually there's a ton of people there.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, it's Minnesota and it's kind of the only thing we have, but like
yeah, when
like
a team gets good, people love it.
Yeah,
people love it.
What are we going to talk about when we come back? We need to talk about hockey when we come back after a break.
Yeah,
because hockey is just the most incredible sport in the world right now. Absolutely unbelievable. Also, I did not go 2-0 with that shit. It's Capitals lost. All right, take it to a break. I have things to argue about after and complain about and talk about.
Did you know? Here's a fun fact.
I know. Fun fact.
The Phoenix Mercury WNBA team was the first American professional basketball team to have an advertisement on their jersey. They
were the first ones?
Yeah. And then the Sixers were the first NBA team, which I also didn't know. So here's some tidbits while we send you to a break.
Wow. Thank you.
The more you know. Hey, fellas, we're back. Talking
Fellers,
a little more sporting news.
let's talk some playoff hockey.
Oh,
Because playoff hockey has been nothing short of absolutely electric this year.
electric.
Games yesterday, if you missed them, which you shouldn't have, because they're electric. Game one, Capitals Bruins. Incredible game. Back and forth the whole game. VIP had Capitals money line, unfortunately, as they lost in OT. But man, what a great game. Bruins scored first, Capitals score second, Capitals score third, Bruins score back. Capitals score again. Bruins score with what, 2 minutes left in the game on some crazy dog pile in the net, punch one in the back of the net. And then 40 seconds in an OT just absolutely snipes one on Craig Anderson.
Absolutely mental.
If you are not watching the NFL or NHL, hello, NFL. Look at I'm so excited for NFL already. If you are not watching the NHL playoffs, you are being an idiot and you are not a true sports fan. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but guys, you are missing the greatest sports happening in the entire year, like right now. It's incredible. All these games are insane. Guys are diving. They're getting hit in the face with pucks. Goalies are pulling their groin because they're flashing their gloves so hard and doing the split so hard. People are hitting each other and killing each other and fighting each other. And oh my
They're
God.
just flying around out there trying to get
It's
a puck in the goal.
It's absolutely incredible. I think every single stoppage after the Bruins and Capitals game yesterday had some kind of fight. Someone grabbed someone around the neck, was pulling them down. Anytime there's a stoppage around a goalie, people are just absolutely haymakering each other for no reason. The refs are just letting everything go. And if they do call a penalty, just call it on the two guys and send them both. These playoffs have been nuts. Predators, Hurricanes. Hurricanes did handle the Predators last night. It was a close game for most of it. It ended up 5-2, but game was very close, very competitive. All of the ex-Wild players were scoring last night, so that made me very sad. But yeah, Hurricanes have a good grasp on that series. I kind of think that they're just going to kind of walk away with that series, but South is weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, great game. Still was a great game to watch. We were watching on double screens all night last night, watching some hockey. They were fun. And then, of course, the Colorado Avalanche beat the Blues 4-1. That one was pretty predictable. We had the over 5.5 in Predators Hurricanes, which hit at 7 goals on a free play. And then we have the Avalanche -1.5 in VIP, and they win 4-1, and we cashed that one too.
Let's go.
I think that one was pretty predictable. The Avalanche goalie Grubauer is just what a brick wall, Sean. What a brick wall.
Nothing getting by him.
This man took an oath to his team this season. He said, "Hey guys, I'm not going to let in a goal this season." And they said, "Grubauer, that's not possible." And he said, "Well, then I'm going to let in the least amount of goals of anyone in the league this year." I said, "All right, Grubauer, we don't even have that good of a defense. Like, come on." And he said, "All right, fine. I'm going to lead us single-handedly through the regular season and the playoffs, only letting in 1 or 2 goals every single game." And they said, "All right, Grubauer." And guess what? He did it. Man of his word, quoted, heard him say it myself. What a champion.
He went and did it.
Which is interesting because now I kind of want to see the updated future lines for the Stanley Cup winners.
Yeah.
But again, if you're not watching these games, I don't understand. Even if you're not even a huge sports fan, not a big hockey fan, just whatever, you need to watch these games. They're so good. They're so good. Even if you know nothing that's going on, you will watch people fly at 30 miles an hour and hit each other, and a little rubber puck be slapped around the entire ice, and one dude with a bunch of pads and a glove on stop them consistently. And tonight's even better. Tonight's a better night for hockey than last night was. So let's see. We've had this is how the games have gone so far. First game of the playoffs. Capitals win an OT 3-2. That's one OT game. Second game, Islanders win an OT 4-3. Third game, Wild win 1-0 in OT. Fourth game, Lightning win 5-4. Fifth game, OT, 4-3, and then 5-2 and 4-1. So let's see. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. 5 of them have been within 1 goal, and 4 of them have gone to OT so far in these playoffs. That's what we call electric.
That's electrifying, baby.
And tonight we have Islanders Penguins game 2.
Exciting.
We have Lightning Panthers game 2. Now remember, game 1 of the Islanders Penguins went to OT. We have game 2 of the Lightning Panthers, which was an incredible back and forth game that the Lightning won in the last minutes from a come behind win. And of course, the Minnesota Wild play tonight against the Vegas Golden Knights to try and get a 2-0 series lead on the road.
Are you still high on the
The Wild? Yes, they're going to win the Stanley Cup.
The odds have changed a bit.
Are they?
Yeah, Avalanche are still the favorite.
At what?
Plus 400.
Okay, so they dropped a little bit.
Knights
barely
are second at plus 550. Then the Canes at 650. Then the Maple Leafs at 650. Lightning at 700. Bruins at 1,000. Penguins at 1,300. Caps at 1,600. The Islanders at 1,600. Then the Panthers come in at 1,800. The Wild are also at 1,800. After that, Canadians, Jets, Blues, all
That's
in the
crazy.
3,000s. So yeah, a little shift.
Also, we have not seen a game from the North Division yet.
No, we haven't.
We have not seen any 4 of those teams, and we don't see them until tomorrow. Game
Really?
1 of the North Division is the Jets and Oilers tomorrow. And then game 1 of Canadians Maple Leafs is until Thursday, which is really weird.
It is weird.
Why? Because
Do you
remember,
know why?
and Vancouver and Calgary are playing tonight too. Two teams not in the playoffs are playing again. They've been playing every other day. Yeah, I think it's, well, I know that Vancouver had a long COVID break, so I think that might be part of it. Because they didn't play a handful of games, and I don't know if Calgary didn't either, and they just have to play them out. But I'm pretty sure like no starters are even playing in those games. I would assume.
Yeah, it is. So Calgary and Vancouver are playing each other 3 times this week. Well, every other team is postseason or done. They just missed 3 games against each other.
Oh, okay. But like, why?
Just for the end of the year standings, they say there's doesn't determine anything. They're both already eliminated from the playoffs. It doesn't. It's absolutely meaningless except for the number at like next to their record.
Honestly, it might be kind of fun to watch just for prospects, because I'm sure it's just all prospects in the game. Like, I'm sure they're not really starting starters. They're not trying to get anyone hurt for next season and worthless games.
Everyone's just like,
why? I feel like everyone would just be
every like quote about it is just like, I guess. Like everyone's like, well,
like,
we'll
sure.
do it. We don't really want to because it doesn't count for anything. And then one of the coaches is like, but guys want to play. Well, they don't not want to play. And it's like, okay, that's good. But they don't specifically not want to go play hockey. But yeah, they probably the TV deals probably came at the core of why they had to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like, I guess, like, sure. I mean, it's nice that they like accommodated those guys and let them play a full season.
I guess.
College football.
What about it?
Did you see what happened in the FCS championship game between Jackrabbits and Sam Houston?
I sure did.
Incredible game.
It really was. I kind of forgot that this was happening until like a week ago.
I kind of forgot that college football was a thing until.
I forgot.
I mean, I know that we've had some odd conferences playing each other and stuff, but man, what a game. For those who don't know, San Diego State Jackrabbits played the Sam Houston Bearcats, and South Dakota State, not San Diego State, pretty much had this game on lock most of the game. I mean, it was back and forth. They were up 4, but they were playing really well, and it looked like they were going to win the game. And man, with what 17 seconds left, Sam
Yeah,
Houston marches down the field as the clear-cut underdog, and what a play! Slant route into the end zone, or like a 20-yard slant route into the end zone, beats
just
two
clean.
corners, just threads the needle. Good for Sam Houston. I have a friend who played at wide receiver for South Dakota State. He just transferred because he didn't like it.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's pretty
a wide
neat.
receiver, but he was gonna be a senior and he didn't get a lot of playing time, so
Mm.
he done left. But he played with Dallas. No, he didn't play with Dallas. I think when he went to tour South Dakota State, and then when he was being recruited, Dallas Goddard was a senior there, and was
Oh,
yeah, which would have been pretty cool. Like meet Dallas Goddard and be like, yeah, this guy's gonna be in the pros. You
now
just play next to him.
what is a bear cat with a K?
Um, I'm gonna guess it's half Bear, half Carl Anthony Towns. Um, and by that I mean it's gonna be half Bear, half basically like a just a blob that doesn't really do. You can kind of just throw it against the wall, and it'll just kind of like slowly fall down the wall. It's just like a big 7 foot blob of nothing, and it just kind of moves real slowly in no direction really at all. I think,
Yo,
but
this
it's half
thing's
bear. But it's
weird,
half bear.
dude. Nah,
I need to see a bear cat.
nah, it's a critter and it's weird looking. Cause like, oh, apparently, it's like
It's a bear
it's
cat.
like a it's like a cat, but its feet are like bare feet, and it kind of has like a bare snout, but then its body and like its head are very cat-like. Let me try to.
Yeah, I need to see this.
We'll get the bear cat up on screen.
Um, before the while you do
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
Garrett Cole is a pitcher for the New York Yankees. Probably the best pitcher in the league.
Mm.
Um, he just set the strikeout record
Oh yeah, yeah.
right before he issued his first walk in over a month.
Wow.
I think this man has pitched 6 or 7 games in the past month, and he just got his first walk in 5 weeks, right after he set the strikeout record.
Yeah, he was like, all right, got it. And then
That is, whew,
that's insane.
whew. They did lose the game though. And you want to know why? Because the Texas Rangers were plus 245, and the Yankees were minus 300 because Garrett Cole was the starting pitcher. And guess what? Garrett Cole did a good job, but guess what? Didn't do a good job is the pitchers who came in after Garrett Cole, and the Texas Rangers won 5-2 last night.
And there you
And
go.
we cashed.
We've been preaching the first pitcher. Don't always
I've
trust
been
it.
preaching it. Don't always trust it. Got a whole bullpen to worry about.
You got a lot of little guys back there. Who knows what they're gonna do?
I want to see this Bearcat.
I do too.
WNBA is looking sexy tonight. Give me that Las Vegas Aces.
Big Aces guy, huh? How they looking this
Big
year?
Aces guy. Oh, they're looking. Well, they won the
They won last.
title last year,
Wow,
the COVID title,
shows what I know,
and
man.
now they're getting +1 against the Seattle Storm. That's unbelievable. People are just not correct. Ooh, but Angel in the country. Where's this damn Bearcat, John?
You know, sometimes
Gotta wait for.
sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes
What?
this dang Bearcat is a bit of a snoozer.
Hey, the 49ers re-signed Marquise Lee. That's pretty cool. Wait, he was on the 49ers before, right?
Yeah,
Marquise Lee?
yeah.
Was that Marquise Goodwin? I think Marquise Lee was
I
on the
think
Jaguars at some point.
Gooden was definitely on the Niners. I thought they both were, but maybe not. All right, ready? Bearcat. Here it comes.
Still don't see Bearcat.
So you can see by the way, you can see by the nature of his floppy feet, they're very bear-like
Oh,
in the
whoa.
way the paws come down, and then like his snout and his mouth is rather bear-like.
That looks
But
like it could be either really cute and cuddly or really vicious and angry.
yeah, that's what like I was kind of getting from it. And then it doesn't seem. It seems like most of the pictures are. If I had to guess, they seem like they're little assholes. If I had to
Yeah,
guess,
he seems like a mean little fucker.
but I will say they can be cute.
Oh,
They
I'm sure they can look very. That looks like an evil, bigger sized koala bear.
yeah, I see that. I absolutely see that. It's like definitely just one of those weird kind of bear guys that just is in between bear and something else. Hold on, I think so. This that one's a kind of like a little rascal bear cat.
Yeah,
And then
he's definitely up to no good. He's a little troublemaker right there.
oh yeah, that guy's a rascal. He's an but then you have like you can get the cute ones. They do make cute ones you can get. If you want to.
The NFL released their power rankings, or sorry, ESPN released their NFL power rankings
Oh, let's
yesterday,
see. Let's see how much we disagree
today,
with those.
this morning.
Cause I know.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be so bad. If it's anything like the hockey ones were, it's gonna be bad. All right, number one, who is it?
It's got to be the Chiefs.
Yep, and
Uh,
number two,
it's got to be the Bucks.
yep. Um, players they say players who benefited most from the draft. QB Patrick Mahomes, the Bucks, outside linebackers Shaquille Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul. Number three, who do you got at number three? Because that is the cutest little bear
Isn't
cat.
he a cutie? Uh, I have the Bearcats. No, how about
Yeah,
I don't know what they're gonna do, man. I'm gonna have to say. I think I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna say the Rams.
the Bills.
Oh, that makes sense. That's a good call.
Bills at three. They were at four before free agency and the draft. And then they have Rams at four.
Okay, I'll take that.
Packers at five.
Okay,
Players who benefited most from the draft. QB Aaron Rodgers. I disagree.
I think he might too. I think Aaron might also
Should
disagree.
Rodgers okay, this is ESPN's little blurb on this one. Should Rodgers choose to embrace it, he would see that the draft improved his chances of getting over the hump after consecutive NFC title losses the past 2 years. Two biggest holes on the roster last season were at cornerback. Kevin King and Chandon Sullivan were exposed. On the offensive line, the Packers picked speedy corner Eric Stokes in the first round and took three offensive linemen to give them more up. They did take three offensive linemen. That's fair. Number six, it's a team that
Mm,
you don't agree with, but should probably be number six, seeing that Packers are number five. The Baltimore Ravens.
oh, I'm okay with that. I
Yeah.
guess I would probably
And
have
then
maybe like 8, but
so then 7, 8, and 9, 10 goes Cleveland, Seattle. Seattle's at 8. That's
it's pretty
interesting.
high.
That's pretty high. San Francisco at 9.
I think that's
Tennessee
pretty high
Titans
too.
at 10. I feel like
I,
Tennessee Titans are getting a little disrespected at 10,
yeah,
actually.
I think the Titans should be in front of the Niners and the Hawks.
Yeah, and everyone should just drop down one.
Yeah.
I feel like the Hawks should not even be top 10, honestly. Maybe 10.
Yeah, I think about
I would
10
have
is good.
because then they have the Cardinals at 11 and the Colts at 12. Colts
Wait.
at 12?
That doesn't make much sense to me. Especially
So here, all
below.
right. So all right. This is where it starts getting real funky. This is where they did not do their due diligence. Cardinals 11, Colts 12, Vikings 13,
Hey, good for you
Dolphins
guys.
14.
Whoa,
They put the Dolphins right behind
whoa,
us.
whoa, 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 whoa. The
Steelers
Dolphins.
15,
Wait. Yeah, okay. The Dolphins are.
Cowboys 16. All right, at least they got the Cowboys right.
Yeah,
They
they
got it
put him in the
at mid pack.
middle. Yeah, thank God. I thought they were gonna be 9.
Chargers 17. Wow, that's
That's low.
Saints 18,
That's also low.
Patriots 19, and football
Whoa.
team 20. They have the football team at 20.
Wait, I gotta say, I gotta say,
This is ESPN. What are we doing here?
there's a lot of disrespect here, but I think the Saints might be one that's the most egregious because
I think
I don't care who they put out at quarterback. They still have one of the best offenses in the league.
defense.
Alvin and but the weapons they have on like Alvin Kamara
Yeah,
just goes. And Michael Thomas, I don't care for what he runs, if it's slants or nothing crazy, he just makes plays. They're just a good I think any mediocre quarterback could see success there. And at least to make like wild card. I really do.
I think their offense is going to be shit, but I think their defense is going to be so good it doesn't matter. I feel like every game in the Saints is going to be 10-10 or 10-3.
Yeah.
I don't think that offense is going to be good at all.
I think Drew.
I mean,
I think
they can give the ball to Alvin Kamara, it'll be fine. But
beside until last year was the first time I think Drew made that team worse than having someone else.
yeah,
And so I'm
and then so here's the bottom 4 teams. Number 32, Houston Texans. Player who benefited most from the draft, running back David Johnson. I'm so glad that the person who benefits most on your team is your running back.
What? He's 31.
And their reasoning is because they didn't draft another running back because they have 6 of them. Because they already have Philip Lindsay. That's literally this is why they said that it's David Johnson. While the Texans have 3 veteran running backs on their roster, none are under contract past the 2021 season. The Texans had already signed Lindsay after they had restructured Johnson's contract, but not by drafting a running back. Houston didn't add another player who could take carries away from Johnson. That's the reason that David Johnson is the number 1 benefited player from the draft. Second worst team, the Detroit Lions.
Wrong.
Wow. They get a brand new offensive tackle, very good offensive tackle. They get a pretty good wide receiver.
Yeah. The Lions are worse than the Jets when you've done nothing to the Jets except put a rookie quarterback on the team, and now Jared Goff went to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff is not bad. Jared Goff is not worse than the Jets. Jared Goff is not. The Jaguars have Tim Tebow at tight end. Dude, come on. No, the Lions.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Jaguars are at number 30.
That's fair. They're better than the Eagles. The Lions are absolutely better than the Eagles.
Yeah, but they play in a better division than the Eagles. The Lions
doesn't make them worse.
I don't know why you think the Lions are so good this year.
They're not the second worst team in the NFL.
It's a 4-win team.
They are not the second worst team in the NFL.
They'll beat the Vikings once, they'll beat Chicago once, and they'll grab 2 others from random teams.
I just don't see I
think Jared Goff is terrible.
But you can think that,
but when you get a brand new
terrible.
offensive tackle and a new wide receiver, it's going to be better than he was before.
Well, he never was there before. He has a whole new team now. I don't care what they got.
A worse team with a worse defense and a worse offense.
Yeah, but I don't think it, man.
And he wasn't good in LA. Not for the past year and a half, 2 years.
All they did was just keep making the playoffs and never be bad, bro. Like that's an
because
underrated
they had the number
talent.
1 defense. That's the number 1 defense.
An underrated talent is to not mess everything up.
Nick Foles won a Super Bowl with the number 1 rated defense in the league. So if Jared Goff can't, just saying.
Jared Goff, bro, I don't even. Is one of the most disrespected players of all time. Not of all time, but probably like in the last 20 minutes.
Hey man, we'll see this season.
Dude, I'm just saying, I could see him being a 5-6 win team, but they are not the second worst team in the NFL.
No, they're not the second worst team in the NFL. They have the Bengals at 29. So we have still yet to see the Jets on this list.
I would have the Bengals a little higher. I think they're going to be all right.
So We have four teams that they're projecting to be worse than the Jets this year: the Texans, the Lions, the Jags, and the Bengals. And then we have the Jets. Boy, I do not agree with that at all. If you're not putting the Jets in the bottom two still, I don't understand why. I get that they got a bunch of good pieces and whatever through the draft, like they had a very good draft, but they still are the Jets. They still have a god awful defense with a god awful offensive line, even if they got Barrett Tucker, with a god awful receiving core, with a brand new quarterback, with a god awful secondary, like with god awful coaching. And man, I don't. Oh, and there's the Eagles at 27, one notch above the New York Jets at 28.
Let me. Wow. Hold on. Because
Behind the Denver Broncos and the Panthers
See,
and the
those
Bears
Broncos.
and the
But then,
Giants and the
okay.
Raiders.
So how is the same place that's writing all the articles about how the Broncos are the best landing spot for Aaron Rodgers also has them as like the behind every other team?
Yeah. Do
uh,
they? I wonder if they wrote anything. It's a tie because life could be far better for the Broncos to pass. Not only did they sign cornerbacks. Oh wow, they really bolstered their secondary. Denver. I didn't realize that.
dude.
Not only did they sign cornerbacks Kyle Fuller and Ronald Darby in free
Oh
agency,
wow.
re-signed safety Justin Simmons to a mega deal, and bring back safety Kareem Jackson on a one-year deal. Broncos also selected Alabama cornerback Pat Certain with their first round pick. Wow, good for them. No, this power ranking is shit. Absolute shit.
I also think the Giants are being slightly. I think the Washington football team could be might have the one of the worst calls on this list.
I would have them at like 13,
Yeah, I was about to say
14.
12. Yeah, I don't
They
think
should they should probably be where the Vikings are right now. Right
they
above,
should.
like
And
right below
there
the
is
Colts, right
no
below the
reason
Cardinals.
why in the world would they ever be behind the Cowboys?
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
has happened? Come on.
Yeah, what's changed? I
Nothing.
would just like to know, like, what's
Dak's
changed?
healthy again, I guess, and then that just whatever.
They still don't have a defense. They don't have a defensive player that can play as
I
a
also
starter on
think
any other freaking team.
I also think the Falcons should be further up. I don't think they're that bad.
I say that about the Falcons every single year, and
And
every
you'd be
single year
right almost every
they
year.
they impress me on how bad they actually do.
But like they're one of those teams that when you watch them and like as the season goes, you're like,
Oh,
wow, what a
it
dumpster fire. And
it
then,
doesn't make sense on how bad they are because if you watch them play, you're like, wow, they're not that bad.
but then at the end of the year, they're always either in the playoffs or playoff contention. And Matt Ryan always has like 4,700 yards and like 32 touchdowns. It's like somehow every season they manage to be bad and super impressive at the same time. And
I
for
feel like
that,
they're
I
a
will give
much
them number
better
18.
Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
They have a quarterback who's just been like always
They're
really
the
good.
Detroit Lions if Calvin Johnson didn't retire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to look at Atlanta Falcons past years and their record. Yeah, the last 3 years they have shit the bed. They have not been good. They went 4-12, 7-9, 7-9, 10-6, but they finished third in their division.
Yeah, that was
That was
rough.
a crazy year. That was the year that like who made the playoffs at like 7-9, while that division was fighting over like 10-6, or like 12-4 won the division, and then the Falcons was in third at 10-6. Um, year before 11-5. Yeah, they've never been like really bad besides the last 3 years. The last 3 years they have struggled. Um, Also, Calvin Ridley out received Julio Jones last year.
Was I feel like I did know that, but
I've
why
just I
was
was looking
Julio
at I was
hurt?
looking at their he was for a little bit. I was just looking at their top, so their top rusher, their
Yeah,
top passer, the top receiver. It's Julio all the way back since 2014, but this
wow.
last year was Ridley. And then for running backs, it was Steven Jackson for 2 years, Devontae Freeman for three. 4 out of the 5 he was there. Tevin Coleman in 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and then Gurley last year, which is interesting because Ito Smith, if he would have played longer last year, probably would have beaten out Todd Gurley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ito Smith, whatever you want to call him.
I could see them getting it together though. I really could. New coaching
Yeah.
staff they have, not new head coach, but a lot of the staff.
Yeah.
I think they got a real champ there in the draft. I think they got a real.
So who's your one team that's too far up on this list and one team that's too far down on this list? Like the biggest disrespect on either side.
Okay, that's all right. I think the Lions are disrespected, but I don't think it's the biggest one. I think the worst one would have to be as far as for too far up is probably either gonna be. I want to say I probably have to say the Seahawks might be the one that's too far up. Just because they're so high up there.
Yeah, 8 seems really high, especially in that division. That division is going to be insane this year.
Yeah.
Like if they go over 500 in their division, I'd be really, really, really surprised.
Yeah, me too. I don't.
Because you probably split with San Francisco. You might be able to beat them twice, but the Rams will probably kill you. I mean, they play well against the Rams, but like it's the Rams, and they're even better this year than maybe they were last year. And then the Arizona Cardinals, which is far better than they were last year.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna say, as far as the disrespect, it's tough. It's probably either between the football team and probably between the football team and the Giants. I think the state of the NFC East left a bad taste in everyone's mouth for those two squads. Yeah. And except for the Cowboys because they can never do no wrong. But you can just ignore them because trust me, they won't matter. And then when you look at the other two teams, because the Eagles don't matter either, and when you look at the Giants and the football team, they are both young teams. Well, except for the football team's quarterback, he's pretty old. But they're, for the most part, very young teams that are getting a lot back from injury just for this season. Like the Giants with Saquon might be a bigger difference than the Cowboys getting Dak back. Like Saquon is a dude. And I don't know, 23 behind the Raiders, they don't know who their quarterback is. Right in front of the Bears, they don't know who their quarterback is. Danny Jones, probably not elite. But he seems like he's got something. He can play. He can win games. I think Giants at 23 also seems low. But I think WFT at 20 is really, really bad.
Yeah. My two teams. Too high.
Yeah.
The Packers. For obvious reasons.
I was gonna say
besides that, the Seahawks is definitely too high. I feel like San Francisco might be a little bit too high.
I agree with that.
But my one that is too high is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You really think so?
I think they should be at like 22, 23. I think they should be around the Giants. What do they have? They don't have anything.
Yes,
they have Juju. They have Juju, who shit the bed last season.
Juju is like the 15th best person on that roster. Like, nah, hold on.
Their defense is fine.
Defense, bro.
Yeah, but Big Ben's arm was leaving last season. You could see it. You can see the Drew Brees, the Peyton Manning thing start to happen.
That's Big Ben.
So, and their backup is fucking Duck still, maybe. I don't even know who their backup is.
It's dude, it's their defense though. It was their defense last year too. Like it hasn't been Ben. It hasn't been Juju. Like it just wasn't. It was.
I don't think defense repeats what they did last season in the beginning because they started to do worse at the end of the season. I think that was their true form later on. I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers got better in any way, shape, or form. I think they got much worse. I think everyone in their division got better. I think the Bengals probably split the series with them, and I think they lose both games to the Ravens, and I think they lose both games to Cleveland.
I'm just saying.
I'm really low on Pittsburgh Steelers this season. Really low.
All right, just hear me out. Cameron Sutton, Minka Fitzpatrick, Terrell Edmonds, Joe Hayden, T.J. Watt, Cameron Hayward, Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Najee Harris. These are all people who are on those Steelers that are not named Ben Roethlisberger or Juju Smith-Schuster, and they're pretty good, dude. Eric Ebron's there, bro. He's trying his best.
He has no one to throw it to him.
That's true. But, man, I feel like they're at least good enough.
They got a good running back, so that should be fun to watch. But, man, I don't see them being very – I think they're the worst team in that – oh, not the worst team in that. I think the Bengals are the worst team in that division. But I can see the Bengals stealing one from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, me too. I just think they're 1 year removed from last season. And
a weird season.
It was a weird season. But for
a season where they looked really good, and then all of a sudden when they started looking bad, it was like, wow, they look really bad.
But for about 10 games there, it was, this is the greatest defense ever put together on an NFL team. And
Seriously?
Clearly that wasn't absolutely true. It was a very good defense.
It was incredible defense.
And if they
I was one of the people
pace,
I was one of the people who were like, this is one of the most insane defenses.
Yeah, and it was at the time. And if they finished the season at the same pace and actually did something in the playoffs, then yeah. But they didn't, so it didn't matter. But man, I think it's a quick turnaround on this. It is a quick turnaround on those boys. You lose to the Browns in the playoffs, and that's what happens. Everyone, you get the quickest turnaround.
I think the regression was so hard.
It might be
like,
just traumatic
so extreme.
Yeah.
So extreme last year in the last like 6 games. Like they literally went from like undefeated to like, I don't think this team's gonna win another game. Very, very quickly.
Tomlin will rally the boys.
I think the Saints are getting disrespected at 18. I don't think it's to do anything with the offense. I think the offense is going to be shit this year, but that defense is so fucking good, dude. So good and so aggressive, and Cameron Jordan will eat people alive. That is a very, very underrated football player, I think. There's a lot of Aaron Donald talk. There's a lot of, just J.J. Watt and everyone and TJ and all those guys and Bosa, but man, Cameron Jordan gets really, really slept on. And I hate that guy. Like, there is not a defensive tackle that I probably hate more in this league than Cameron Jordan.
Yeah.
But he is a stud and can change games. Anyways, New Orleans Saints getting disrespected. Football team definitely should be at much farther above 20. But I think that, the Eagles are getting disrespected at 27. I don't think they're that bad.
I don't think they're that bad, but I don't think they're any better than like 25. So I was cool with that.
See, I would have them sitting at like 20 because they're still a decent team. Like, they're still not a bad. You guys got Devontae Smith. You got Ryan Kerrigan. You still have a decent defense, and not named your secondary.
Dude, the thing is, the position groups that the Eagles are bad at, there is like, what have we done?
Yeah, I know.
To shore up safeties or corners in the last 4 years. What have we done? Our O-line is just as concerning as it was before, because everyone who was old on it is just a year older, and everyone who got injured is just one injury deeper older. In. It's just like, I don't know. Okay, great. We spent a first-round pick on a receiver. Maybe he'll
probably gonna get hurt.
Maybe he'll play really good for the Bears in 7 years from now or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something.
Whatever. I'm disgruntled. Clearly,
I'm a disgruntled fan.
Yeah,
I think the Bengals are getting shit on at 29. That's disrespectful. My man Joey Burrow is going to take that team and do amazing things with them. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but one of these years, Joey Burrow is going to do something incredible with the Cincinnati Bengals, and it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. I think this year they'd be like maybe 500 team, but like
I
do
think
some
it'd be
damage.
really impressive for them if they got to 500 this year. I think
I
that
could
would
see
be
it.
an amazing season for them if it was 500.
I think if Joey stays healthy the whole season, I think they can. I'm just saying, dude. Saints offense though. Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Traquan Smith, and imagine fucking Big Jimmy Winston walking out there with his new eyeballs, looking downfield, and just slinging ball. Marquez Callaway.
I'm
I
going to
don't even
say
know.
exactly what I said when the Vikings got rid of Case Keenum for Kirk Cousins. That team does not need a Jameis Winston. That team will struggle with a Jameis Winston because Jameis
Yeah,
Winston is
you're
going to air
absolutely
that ball
right.
out. Jameis Winston's going to air that ball out and turn the ball over, and that's going to cause problems for the defense. The defense is going to be on the field longer. They're not going to be able to blitz with good field positions because there's going to be turnovers. It's the exact same thing that the Vikings did when we got rid of Case Keenum, who is maybe not going to throw for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns, but he was going to throw for 250 and 2 touchdowns, and he wasn't going to throw an interception.
All right, well,
And if he did, it was going to be way down the field, and we're still going to be able to blitz anyways.
they have Trevor Simeon on the roster.
Oh, but see what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
oh
no,
man,
you're
I
right.
hate
It's
I hate
not
the
the
idea.
guy.
Like, stop playing into the scheme of like, oh, we need an all-star quarterback. Like, we need our offense built around our quarterback. I'm like, no, you can build teams around your defense. The fucking Eagles did it when they won the Super Bowl. The Vikings did it when we almost went to the Super Bowl. That's what the Saints are now. Like, the Saints need to stop being like, oh, like you don't have Drew Brees
I
anymore.
mean,
Sorry, you don't have an elite quarterback anymore.
Tampa didn't win last. I mean, granted, the offense looked fantastic in the playoffs, and all, but that whole season, and really,
It's the
you gotta
defense.
remember, they were playing the dang Chiefs, and the
Yeah.
defense held them to what? Definitely the least points they've scored in like the entire season. Like that
Yeah.
was defense.
It's I mean, I think that in the NFL you have to have a balance of both. Like you
But yeah,
have
oh,
to have it.
absolutely.
You
But
can't
I'll
just like,
also say, as far as quarterbacks available, Jameis is still one of the better ones in my opinion.
oh, I agree. But like I can see why the Saints are at 18 this season because like, dude, that dude's gonna throw turnovers and the defense is not gonna be as good as last season. Like it doesn't matter what the defense added, James Winston's going to cause more turnovers than Drew Brees, and it's going to hurt that defense because they're not going to be able to blitz on first down sometimes. And that's probably where they make all their money is blitzing early downs. Cameron Jordan just feasts. They get people in long distance situations, and the secondary is a good secondary to be holding people from
As
certain
long as
distance.
if Jameis Winston throws less than 25 interceptions,
No, I agree. If he throws less than 20, they will be a very good team this year.
yeah. But that's a
If
big
he can
if.
keep it, that's a huge, from a guy who threw 40 and 40, that is a huge if to tell him to cut his interceptions in half. Literally in half. I'm about ready to talk some bets.
Yeah, we'll kick it to a quick little break and then probably bring it back with some betting talk. It was just 30 for 30, by the way. He gets a lot of disrespect for that. It was
Oh,
only
30 for
30s.
30, sorry.
It was only
30,
30s.
30, 30 and 30.
And he had more touchdowns. He had 33 of them.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
he
a
also had
ton.
30 interceptions. It is a ton of touchdowns.
And that year does get a lot of talk, but also, here, I have not actually looked at Jameis Winston's career stats, or at least not in a while. Year before that, he was 19-14, then 19-11, then 28-18, then 22-15.
Yeah, I mean those are Jameis Winston numbers.
They're like that's like fine though.
Yeah, it's better than a lot of what
33 and 30 is insane on both ends though. But like
I mean,
a
yeah,
20,
it's ridiculous.
28-18, that's lovely numbers. Oh, I love that. I love to see
That's
that.
like Teddy Bridgewater when he was an All-Pro for the Vikings.
Yeah,
That's
Mr.
basically
Two
his
Gloves.
numbers.
Mr. Two Gloves.
Dumb.
Right.
Should have never been an All-Pro, but it's whatever.
Bye, Ted. All right, we'll get right back after these messages for a little betting
Whole
talk.
couple minute break and then to the bets for today.
The bets.
To the bets.
Hey, fellas, we're
Fellas,
back.
it's time to talk bets for the day.
The fellas' favorite time of year.
Let's start with NBA. Oh, wait. Are there NBA games tonight? The playing games are tonight. The playing games are tonight. Wizards
We have
Celtics
play-ins?
play-ins, not
Oh,
playoffs, not playoffs,
let's
play-ins,
go.
play-ins,
You can't play off until
play-ins.
you play in. Let's go. Let's go. Playing
Wizards
basketball.
Wizards Celtics at 9 o'clock tonight. The Wizards. They are getting favored in the money and the tickets.
I don't like
But
it.
I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. You just have to bet on the Wizards tonight. I don't
Beals.
think the Celtics without
What about
Jalen.
Beals hammy?
Yeah, that is here. Let me search the interweb on the ESPN, and I'm sure everyone's questionable, and they won't tell us until 2 minutes before the game starts.
Yeah,
But
most
Jalen
likely.
Brown is obviously out.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Williams is out. Let's go to Washington. I do not see Bradley Beal on the injury report.
Oh, he's definitely playing. I just don't know
They
how.
have Thomas Bryant, Danny Avdija. Yeah. I think it's the Wizards tonight. I think that the Celtics are going to lose. They might lose the next play-in game as well. They do not look good. They only look good against the Timberwolves, which aren't saying much. However, the Wizards are getting majority of the money as an underdog, and normally we like to go favorites when that happens. So that's definitely a line we'll be looking at the rest of the day. It's just gonna be a good game. Might not be worth betting on. Hornets Pacers at 6:30. Pacers getting 3 on the Hornets. This is another game with injuries. Like I don't.
Hmm.
The Pacers were really, really banged up, but playing really, really well. Um, Lamb will not be available for the play-in tournament. Brogdon is questionable. Game time decision. Sumner is questionable. Aaron Holiday is questionable. Sabonis is questionable. Miles Turner has no turn timetable. See, like I don't like betting on games where I don't know where people are gonna play. So this might be just one of those nights where we just don't bet on the NBA, unfortunately. Under over for the Wizards Celtics is 232.5. I really like that under. I don't think the Celtics can score very much points. The Wizards can, but I really don't think the Celtics can. I think their offense is going to be depleted.
And if Beal's not 100%, that does decrease the chance
That
of one
does
of those
decrease.
random Wizards games that goes for 3,000 points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Hornets
NBA
Pacers
NBA is not fun to
is
touch
like
tonight.
impossible. I have no idea what to do with that.
Yeah, because there's too many people hurt. There's too much inconsistency. Now, off the just off of what I would do, I'd say Pacers -3 is the bet there. But I've
Really,
seen the
I would
Hornets do
have said
stupid
Hornets
shit.
plus 3.
Yeah, see,
Uh,
I've just seen so much stupid shit happen that like, oh man, I don't know.
I just feel like if I think the Hornets have a higher ceiling and just their abilities and just
Yeah,
like talent and just like as good as they can. If both teams were playing at their absolute best, the Hornets would win. But man, they've really
my thing
stunk
is like
lately. They have
the
really, really
Pacers. The
stunk
Pacers have been
lately,
really banged up and like needed to win games, and they've been winning
and they've
all
been
the
winning it.
games,
And
like
and
with half of their players.
and the Hornets are getting healthier and healthier, and they keep playing worse and worse.
Yeah, so like, oh man, NBA is tough tonight. These playing games are gonna be tough to bet on because tomorrow night is Warriors Lakers, where the Lakers are getting 5 right now, and the other game is Spurs Grizzlies, where the Grizzlies are getting 4. So good luck for the next couple days in NBA because it is going to be a tough one, a toughie.
That is tough. I have no idea.
But we're going to the better sport now,
Yeah,
the NHL. And I
gotcha.
will reiterate again: you are not watching the NFL playoffs. You are missing out
You gotta be watching
on
this.
some of the best playoffs I've ever seen. Uh, Canucks and Flames play tonight in our little absolutely means nothing, doesn't do anything with any standings. We don't know actually why they're playing each other just to fill out season games. players don't know why they're playing. Coaches don't know why they're playing, but they're playing.
Nobody knows.
Nobody understands why. No one really. Yeah, it's kind of a mystery. However, I will be taking the under 6 in the Vancouver Flames game. I don't know why the line is at 6. It should be at 5.5, but it's at 6 at -115, and the over is getting 91% of the money. So I will be slamming the under tonight in the Vancouver and Flames game because I do not think that both of those teams can score that many goals. And now we get into the playoff games, though. Starting at 7:30, Islanders and Penguins.
Islanders had their number last
This
time.
series is damn near untouchable, just like the series between Bruins and Capitals are damn near untouchable. Even though I keep touching it with bets.
Just keep touching.
The problem is that the Penguins are favored at -136 at home, which they should be because they're a good home team. The Islanders are not a good road team. However, the Islanders did take the first, but the problem is, and it's been happening with all these games, is the Penguins are getting 87% of tickets and 92% of money. That you do not bet on games that look like that. If your favorite is getting that kind of money, you do not bet on those games. Now, pot calling the kettle black because I'm probably going to bet on the Penguins tonight. But don't. If you're a smart person, you do not bet on these games that have just an unbelievable amount of money on one side with a team that should win. It's scary. It's whatever. However, Penguins money line if you're going to take something because they are at home. They need to win this game. I don't see Islanders stealing both in Pittsburgh. But the Penguins have goaltender issues. Jari got ripped apart in practice apparently the next day.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
They were not happy with Jari.
That's why they're down right now.
Which is unfortunate because he really did make a lot of saves in the last game that he should not have.
Yeah,
there was a lot of plays where he just did not have, but also the goals that he did let in, he should not have.
That's the thing, and
like they were soft goals.
They weren't like egregiously easy to save, but they were just like if one of the goals had been that easy, it would have been like that one got him. But it was just like all
every
single save he had
was
like just like crazy, and then
also he gets beat over like the shoulder.
Like, how do you not get that one? How do you not get that one? Especially that last goal.
Yeah.
Was like
yeah, and the one that just went right over his shoulder, like from no angle, and he doesn't look good, and he's gonna need. And if that shook him up for the series, you need your goalie playing well, and if he's not playing well, like Penguins aren't gonna win. Penguins are not gonna move on, and the Islanders will, and they're a good enough team.
They will get scored on.
The Islanders are a good enough team to beat just about every other team in the NHL. They can do it. That brings us to our 8:00 game, Game 2 of the Lightning Panthers. Boy, Game 1 was fucking electric.
Fun game.
That game was nuts. Back and forth the whole game. So many lead changes. Lightning came back in the end and won. Now, Lightning are favored -112, as they probably should be. Stamkos and Kucherov are back. Kucherov played his first game in 6 months, scored 2 goals because he's fucking insane. He's just a god at hockey. Now, this is the weird part. So the Panthers are the underdogs here. Even though they're the higher seed, they are getting 92% of money as an underdog. So the Tampa Bay Lightning, which at the beginning of the season and halfway through the season, everyone said was the best team in the NHL, which I did as well, because they were until they got a little banged up, is now getting 8% in a playoff game.
And they just won.
And they just won.
They just won the last one.
Now, it wasn't a pretty win, and they probably shouldn't have won. No. But they are the Lightning, and they are a good team. I would think that you take the Lightning tonight. With everyone on the Panthers, for some reason, thinking that they're going to split the series at home, I don't think it's that far-fetched that the Lightning steal both games in Florida. That's basically a home game for them. It's not, maybe it's not a home game, but, they have fans there.
It's not that far away.
Yeah, it's not that far away. And then the final game tonight, Game 2 of the Wild Vegas Knights.
Woo!
Game 2, baby. Game 1 goes to Minnesota. The Golden Knights are getting favored -165. The Wild are plus 143, and the Golden Knights are getting 85% of the money. Now, there is nothing more in this world I want to do than take the Minnesota Wild money line tonight. I want to do it so badly, so badly. I just want to rub it in everyone's faces that I can predict my own team winning in the playoffs. But that is not going to happen tonight. We are not going to do that. We are not taking this game because this game is scary. Because the Vegas Golden Knights are a better team than Minnesota Wild. You heard it here first. I said it. The Vegas Golden Knights are better than Minnesota Wild. However, the Vegas Golden Knights kryptonite, ever since they've been in the league, the one team that they cannot seem to overcome is the Minnesota Wild. They can't beat them. I think I heard a stat. I think since the Golden Knights have been in the league, the Wild are like 14-2-3 against them. Like 13-2-3 against them. I don't know what it is. Every single game, the Vegas Golden Knights kill us. They shoot the shit out of us. They hit us. They do everything right, yet we win all the time. And I don't understand why. And with Minnesota Wild being favored at plus 143, probably all series, it might be worth it with Golden Knights getting everyone stacked on them. But at the same time, this is the Vegas Golden Knights. This is supposed to be the second best team in the NHL. So I don't think we're going to touch that game tonight. So that makes pretty much 2 games unbettable for tonight's NHL and 2 games. One of them we're going to have to take an under over. And the other one, I think we're just taking the Lightning. I think at minus 112, it's fair enough to take the Lightning and just a straight money line tonight.
I like it.
That's the NHL tonight. I think the Lightning and Panthers score quite a few goals tonight. They go another over. I think that series is just going to be high scoring the whole time. I don't think there's any way around it. It's over 6 is minus 106. That's interesting. The under in the Lightning game is getting 95% of money after it was just 5-4 the last game. That's an interesting one.
It's very interesting.
That doesn't seem to make any sense actually.
No.
However, I do believe that during the season, now let me double check so I don't say just talking on my ass. I do believe during the regular season that these two teams had low scoring head to heads. I mean, not really. So they started out 5-2, 6, so 7 goals, 7 goals, 10 goals, 8 goals, 5 goals, 8 goals, and then the last 2 went 6 and 4. Yeah, what the fuck? All right. New play of the day. Lightning and Panthers over. 5%.
You heard it here first.
5% of money going out on the over at minus 105, over 6. People think the under is going to hit in this game. Why? We just saw what happened. All right. That's fine. I like when the public screws up. Got sharps and all the money on the under. Oh, easy over. Easy. Well, that's hockey.
That's hockey.
You better tune the fuck in tonight because this shit is wild. No pun intended. But these series are crazy. And you need to watch them because they are incredible. That brings us to, I guess we'll go MLB first, but I got a surprise. I got a surprise after MLB because it's WNBA times. WNBA.
Let's go.
Okay. MLB. We're taking the Angels at home against the Indians. They're getting only 6% of money. We're going to watch the public stack on one side, and we are going to cash easily. Can't wait. Angels getting minus 117 against the Indians, but only 6% of money. Don't know why everyone's stacked on the Indians, I'm sure. Kluber is pitching. Watch this. This is how good I am predicting. I have not looked at the starting pitchers yet. I bet Kluber is pitching for the Indians. You ready for this?
Let's see.
This is how good I am at reading lines and knowing why the lines are set the way they are and why people are stacked up on one side.
Let's see it.
Because Vegas knows that Kluber is not that good, and that's why the line is that only at plus 120 and minus 117. But the public goes, "Oh, good starting pitcher." So let's see. Oh, I was wrong. Damn it.
Okay, you and me.
You and me. Okay, but this guy's not good either. Just, dumb. This guy, the last time this guy pitched, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 0 earned runs, and they lost 3-0. He pitched 8 innings. He pitched all but
uh,
1 inning, 0 earned runs, only 3 hits, 7 strikeouts. And in that 1 inning that he was gone, the whole game his team didn't score a run. In the 1 inning he was gone, they let up 3 runs.
that's just a
This
that's
is
just a dang shame. Poor guy.
this is why you don't bet on starting pitchers. No, no, don't let me do it. You want to know who's getting 93, only 7% of money tonight? The Twins.
Eric.
The Twins. The Twins are. The Twins are only getting. Damn it! Don't make me bet on the Twins tonight, please. Oh, Michael Pineda. He gets fucking absolutely bombed on. Oh, Sean.
You said you
We're
weren't.
gonna come back to that game. We're gonna come back to that game. I don't like that game. The Rockies are getting 5% of money against the Dodgers. That's obvious. Of course they are. Ooh, the Royals are getting disrespected with the Brewers. Interesting. The Royals are a plus 148 home underdog tonight against the Milwaukee Brewers and are only getting 9% of money.
Interesting.
That seems a little bit not right. Now Milwaukee's 21-20. The Royals are 18-22. The Royals are not that good at home. Milwaukee's better on the road. However, both of these pitchers are not impressive in any way, shape, or form. Actually, that's not true. The Milwaukee pitcher is a very good pitcher. I'll give him that. But I have talked about this before. Starting pitchers, getting all the money. I don't know. Baseball's going to be weird today. I might take a shot on the Rockies. Might take a shot on the Royals. Might take a shot on the Twins. Probably
Not allowed.
And definitely taking a shot on the Angels. Definitely taking a shot on the Angels. I tried an under over yesterday and got absolutely pummeled on it. So I probably don't have under overs in the MLB, except for I would be taking the under in the Rangers game, in the Angels game, the Padres game, and the Reds game. I'd be taking the unders in all of those, and probably the Mariners game as well, because I love unders in baseball. Now,
The
we
big
have
unveiling.
We have a reveal of a brand new sport that will be given. That will be giving to VIP tonight. The WNBA is here. We are officially betting on the WNBA this season.
They said it couldn't be done.
It's happening.
We're used
The
to hearing
WNBA is here.
We did it.
You want to know who we're betting tonight?
Yeah, I do.
Not the Minnesota Lynx.
Sorry, Lynx.
Minnesota Lynx getting 98% of the money tonight.
Wow.
On the road at -4.5.
Who are they playing?
The Liberty.
Oh, the Big Apple.
The Big Apple. The big old Liberty. Hang on, let me pull up some stats for you.
Let me hear him.
Yeah, Minnesota Lynx getting 98% of money, but has 2 players, one out indefinitely on suspension. Is Lamar Odom's daughter Liana Odom? I think she plays for the New York Liberty.
That is not something that I know.
Lamar Odom daughter. Oh, nope. Liana Odom. Huh. No relation in any way, shape, or form.
Just another
Odom. Just another basketball Odom.
Played at Duke, though.
Played at Duke. Probably a pretty good player. She's doubtful. Akonwa. I'm sorry. I'm going to learn these names quickly. Natalie Akonwa, who did not have a great game 1, is questionable for tonight. And Nafisa Collier is suspended. Don't know what for. Don't know what she did, but she's suspended.
That's what she gets, maybe.
That's what she gets for whatever she may or may allegedly have not or may have
Allegedly.
done. Allegedly, I'm not commenting. And I think we're gonna take the Las Vegas Aces tonight. Las Vegas Aces are coming off a COVID title. They won the damn thing last year.
Wow, let's go Aces. Okay.
They are getting +1 on the road against the Seattle Storm, and
Nice.
the Seattle Storm is getting 87% of the money.
Ooh. Oh,
Now,
that sounds
now
like an Aces kind of game.
I'm no expert on the WNBA here, but I would think after coming off a championship season and they only have one person who's out for the season. I don't know how good she is. Minutes per game, 20, field goals attempted, 3 points, 3 points attempted, free throws, points per game. She averages like 14 points a game. So this girl's pretty good. Last season she didn't play, however.
Oh,
Or 2019 she didn't play.
gotcha.
So she did play last year. So she is a big part of the offense. That's probably gonna hurt them a little bit. Yeah, this girl's definitely is not that good at playing basketball. But yeah, we're gonna take the Las Vegas Aces. Everyone's stacked up on the other side. Everyone's stacked up on Seattle Storm side. Don't know why. Besides they're at home. I'm excited. I'm excited to tip off our debut in the WNBA betting scheme. I think we're gonna be
Yeah,
damn good at it too.
let's get on the street. Let's get going hot.
And people said I couldn't bet MLB, but we proved that I'm wrong too.
We're
Hey
bored.
fellas.co. Hey fellas VIP.
If
Under $1 a day.
you'd like to see all of these picks, if you'd like to see the NHL, the NBA, if there are any, maybe not, the WNBA, and
And
whatever one I forgot,
MLB.
MLB. I knew I just didn't say one of them. Go to heyfellas.co. Check it all out. You don't even have to buy anything. Just go look at it. Make an account. Pop
Go make a
around.
free account and go check out the results page. That's
It's
all you have to do.
fun.
The results page will speak for itself while you're there.
It's
Drop a lock on the
fun.
forum. It's a fun time. The website's a fun place to be. It's a good place to be. No one will judge you for anything you say or do unless it's really stupid. So don't do anything stupid. But go drop a lock. We're always inviting. We want to hear what the people have to bet on.
We'll tell you what we think.
And also, if you do need some help betting, because everyone needs some help betting every once in a while, go buy a monthly package for under $1 a day. All we have to do, just bet $20, $25 units if you want to. We just have to be up 1 unit at the end of the month, which last month we were up 16 units. We're currently up 5 units in this month, 6 units in this month. Come on, guys.
It's just free
If you need some
money.
help, if you need some help, and I'm not saying you do, maybe you're a professional gambler yourself, but if you need some help, stop it. Reach out. Get some help from us
Yeah.
and win some money because it's what we do best.
We really have just been doing it.
We have really just
Like
been
it's
kind of like
just
winning
been
people
like
money. It was just
if you
like
golly, I
we
don't
wake
even
up
know
one
how to
morning and we're like,
explain it.
these are the picks we're going to take today. And then when the picks are done at the end of the day, we wake up in the morning, we're like, oh, look, we won money.
And then you have more money than when you started with.
It's a crazy,
It's
it's a
like a job
crazy,
or
crazy
something, but you don't have to
philosophy.
do anything.
Yeah. It's
Crazy.
yeah, we're just professional gamblers at this point. Like, and
Would you
we're
like
kind of good at it, I
a
guess.
T-shirt about it?
Yeah, I mean, we do have a T-shirt about it. One that I don't even own still.
We gotta.
I think, I think because of the way our VIP is set up, I need to change my units to $100 because we never really like lose a lot of units or up a lot of units, and I feel like I have more units to play with now,
Hmm.
like bigger units to play with. I normally my units are like $25 to $50, but man, like looking at April, $100 units, I would have been up $1,600. Looking at right now, I'd be up $500.
You just can't go down with $100 units. That is.
Yeah, that little Friday 0-5 was woo, sorry,
That's.
0-6, down 5 units.
Uh,
The first reverse sweep of Hey Fellas VIP history. The first one. It got us good. It got us.
We got. It's whatever.
We don't got on last Friday. Did
Like,
I post the slate for free for everyone to see? Yes. Did it go 0-6 -5 units? Yes.
mm-hmm.
Did three of those teams have the lead going into the final minutes of the game and still lose? Yes. All of these answers are yes. However, did we come back the next day and go 4-3,
Mm-hmm.
positive 2.5 units? I think we did. I think we took that reverse sweep and we said, hey, fuck you, Vegas. Guess what?
Woo.
We don't care. We don't care. You can do that to us 10 days and don't do it. But you can reverse sweep us 10 days in a row. I sure hope not. I hope that never happens. If that ever happens, I'm probably deleting our account and Hey Fellas will no longer be a thing. But hey, you can do it for 10 days because that 11th day, I'm coming back and I'm making all my units back in that day. Don't fuck with me, Vegas.
You can't.
Don't. I will I will ruin their lives. I will tear down every hotel, every casino, bit by bit with the fellas betting on our stuff, and we are gonna run their asses out of business. The fellas will own Vegas one day. It's just a matter of time.
I just want to own a condo.
We have 14 minutes left.
I
Holy shit.
have
What do we
I
talk
have
about for the next 14 minutes?
Horsey. Our horsey
Oh,
friend is still
horsey
in the
friend.
news.
He's not a drug addict. He's not. He
Uh,
passed it. He passed the next test, but kind of did not pass the
but
next test.
also it didn't. We don't know yet. But
Well, he was allowed to race in the Preakness.
yeah, but that doesn't. So this is the weird thing. They don't. It doesn't. He can keep on going, and keep on racing, and as long as he doesn't test positive again, then he'll be good. However, the second test from the first race, from the Kentucky Derby where he won,
Mm-hmm.
is still gonna take like 2 weeks to get back.
Hmm.
So he's still allowed to race. Well, and now this is what's changed. The New York Racing Association um, just suspended the trainer Bob Baffert. Um,
Bob, God
and
damn it, Bob.
so the Belmont Stakes are coming out. Medina Spirit, the horse in question, was supposed to race there, but Bob's the trainer and Bob's been banned, and therefore Bob's horse cannot attend as well.
God damn it, Bob.
So there's still the Derby is still waiting on the results of the second drug test,
Okay.
which is the important one because that is when he'll be stripped of the crown and all that.
Okay.
Basically just saying like, man, the dude clearly did it. We're not letting this horse in.
Even though the dude just basically gave his horse ibuprofen.
So here's the thing though. This is now it's a little more clear what happened now. So first he was blaming cancel culture on the horse getting the drug test. Then there was the theory that the horse ate the pee on the someone peed on the hay, and then the horse ate the hay, and the person that peed had the drug, and then the drug went to the hay, and the hay went to the horse.
Gotcha.
and then he just came out a couple days later and said, "Yeah, I treated the horsey with the ointment, and it had the thing in it every day leading up to the Derby. It's considered a performance enhancer." And it is allowed, but it's prohibited up to 14 days leading up to the race.
Huh. And he
So
definitely had
thing.
it 14 days leading up to the race.
Yeah, and he's basically just admitted. And it's also the
Now,
29th failed drug test that Bob Baffert has been involved in.
oh, I told you that shit's corrupt, dude.
Yeah.
Horse racing is like a super corrupt industry, apparently, from what I hear. Also, do you think that other horses are also not doing the ointment thing leading up to like the only one that was drug tested is the winner.
Yeah, I think they just stopped.
So what's not to say
before.
that like they strip this guy and they give it to the second place who was
And
also doing the same damn thing?
Well, I'll say so. Here's the thing. So on Preakness Stakes, which was a race that happened on Saturday.
Yep, on Saturday.
Medina Spirit was
Hmm.
entered and actually raced and came in third, following several negative drug tests.
Yep.
But the winner was also trained by Bob Baffert, concert tour. Oh, not the winner, but he also participated and did not have any drugs in the system either. So neither of Baffert's horses had anything in the system for this race, and the winner did not get tested for anything either. So I
Mm.
don't know if it just seems like a really, really big mistake if that you meant to stop, 14 days before, like the rules say.
It seems very avoidable.
Yeah, it
Like, dude,
seems.
why didn't you? Like, why didn't you? Unless it was truly like saving the horse, and like this is the reason that the horse won, which it doesn't seem like this ointment was the reason that this horse won. Like, what are you doing? Like, stop it. You've been accused like 29 times. Stop doing it.
Yeah. Um, the other thing was.
I mean, maybe I'm just being cancel culture, but stop doing the illegal things and giving your horse drugs.
So if this second drug test comes back positive, Medina Spirit will be stripped of the victory for the first time since, what did we say, 63? The first time.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yep.
And Mandalone would be deemed the winner, but anyone
Also have
who
to be drug tested.
anyway, yes, that's true. But also anyone that bet on Mandalone would not win their money,
Ah.
which is interesting.
Would I'm assuming that anyone who bet on Medina Spirit would still keep their bet.
I think
I'm guessing that they
if
probably wouldn't
they're
refund.
not, yeah, if they're
I
not,
mean, I don't think you can. I
yeah,
don't think. I mean, people who paid like in cash at casinos and then took their tickets
yeah,
with
they
them,
went
like
home.
you can't repay that.
I think that's a good question.
Oh,
I think
bettors are gonna be
they're gonna be
pissed.
pissed.
People are gonna sue for sure.
It's gonna be bad.
This is gonna be a tough one for Vegas to justify and explain themselves out of, because there's gonna be a lot of people and a lot of like five like trifectas and five race things that ended up getting screwed up, and if it's switched around they're gonna hit, and someone I'm sure put a $5 bet out there that pays like 100 grand, and because of the switch it would have hit, and someone's gonna fucking sue. Someone's
Yeah.
gonna be pissed.
The official statement from BetMGM. All bets will stand as settled. The race has already been determined, official, and paid. Disqualifications from positive drug tests will not change the results. So suppose that's the mindset now
I
and moving
don't
forward.
care what you say, people are still gonna be
Oh,
angry
they're gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad for sure. But
and
that is
people
the
are gonna
stance they're
sue.
taking. But yeah, I don't think you can. Do you think they have a case? Do you think you'd be able to?
I mean, as a sports bettor, I think that anytime Vegas gets in a situation, they should have to pay both sides because of all the times where Vegas screws the sports bettor,
Yeah, that's
because of
fair.
just like Vegas is very like tie goes to the runner kind of thing. Like Vegas will always end up winning in these kind of certain situations because they paid the one and not the other, and now like, oh, all bets are final and blah 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 blah. Like they're not gonna have to pay the, and not to say like they wouldn't have won more money if it was flipped anyways. Like maybe they cashed more money, like more people lost if it would have gone the other way. But it's just kind of shit where it's like you feel like if the roles were reversed somehow, Vegas would definitely pay themselves on both sides. Like if somehow like the roles were reversed where the this switching like got them more money or whatever, you easily would have seen Vegas open it up. Like
I
Vegas takes their opportunities whenever they can to get as much money as possible.
I think maybe, but I also feel like that they would probably. So if they did both, if they paid out the anyone who picked
I mean,
first or
they lose
second,
so much money.
they would they would lose so much money. But I think if they only paid out, if they paid it out correctly, say after the disqualification, right,
Mm-hmm.
regraded all the bets, I think they'd be giving out less money. I don't. I'm not positive, but it does. I don't know if a ton of, unless there's a couple huge bets.
Yeah, that would be the thing that they're shying away from is like the trifectas that missed because the horses are switched kind of thing.
But I will say this also, like, obviously the whole like global sports betting on this scale world is very new, and it's gonna
Yeah.
eventually, a precedent is gonna have to be set. And I
I
will
think it's the
also
right
say
precedent.
that, yeah, a sportsbook shouldn't have to be responsible for a settled bet, like 4 weeks after it happens.
No. Yeah,
And it
you're
kind of
absolutely right.
sucks, and people are still gonna be mad, but it's just like there's gonna be
What
a
are you supposed to
lot of
do?
stuff like there's gonna be more and more stuff like this that's gonna be harder to figure out. There's gonna be more and more.
Oh yeah. I mean, with sports betting taking over and like because sports betting's taken over, there's going to be a lot of legality, especially in like horse racing and stuff. Like they have to see if horses are throwing races or if horses are souped up. Like they're gonna have to do it with every sport. With sport betting made more and more prominent, like they're gonna
Yeah,
have to keep checking it. There's gonna have to be rules and
absolutely.
regulations. There's gonna have to be strict guidelines and consequences for anything that happens. Like, um, but I agree. I think that that's the best way they can do it is be like, hey, how the race ended is how the race ended. Everything's been paid. Everything's been lost. Like, just we're wiping this one. Move on.
Now here's what's interesting though, because this situation, not to say that it doesn't, it's not as big of a deal as something else will become eventually be. Like,
Yes.
because it's horse racing. It's not, there's a ton of money on it. A ton of people are super into it, but it's not super in the public eye. It is not like, say something.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's only when the Kentucky Derby comes around.
Right. If
It's
there was
literally
a
that's
if
the only time.
like there's more
And
people
then the
talking about,
degenerates who just spend
yeah,
it on the weekend.
more people care about where Aaron Rodgers is gonna live next year than,
I agree.
so like so you have that benefit that maybe there isn't as many eyes on it, and you also, the offense itself doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah.
It's not like he was on some crazy steroid. It's not like, it seemed like it was a medication you're supposed to be taking, and it just was still in his system. It didn't,
So
like, I wouldn't say it was but what if, say,
let's say the Super Bowl happens,
right,
and um they find out a week later that the Patriots were stealing the film from the Eagles the whole time. No, not the Eagles. That's not realistic. The Patriots were stealing the
it's too
film
realistic, Eric.
for the Chiefs from the Chiefs for, and they found out a week after the Super Bowl, and they stripped the Chiefs or they
Or like a
stripped the,
season after the Super Bowl, and then they could burn all the
yeah
documents, and then wait
yeah
8 years, and then suspend Tom Brady for 4 games. Maybe they could do something like that after
yeah
they
maybe
they like steal all the Eagles film and then beat them in the Super Bowl. After they do something like that,
yeah something like that. But let's say the Patriots steal film, blah blah blah. We don't find out till after the Super Bowl happens. The Patriots get stripped of the Super Bowl. They give it to the whatever. I've got my AFC and NFC, whatever. The other team gets a Super Bowl. Now, that's the Super Bowl. That's the most bet on sporting event of the year. That is not the Kentucky Derby. That is the
right?
damn Super Bowl. And that is not worldwide where people might be more understanding in different countries. We're talking American football here. People are going to be pissed. And how do you settle that? Do you just be like, well, game was settled, they won, and be like, no, they actually didn't because they don't own the Super Bowl anymore? That would be an interesting one that I'd be very excited to
That's
see
kind of the
how the
line I was
sports books
thinking.
handle that one.
Like, okay, what if it's a major thing and the actual thing that's being penalized is so egregious and like so clearly completely
That it
changed
was,
the outcome of
yeah,
the game
yeah,
or whatever? I think that they would probably have to just refund everything, and it would suck. It would probably be,
just
everyone would
refund
still
all
be
losses.
pissed. Yeah, just every bet. Because I don't
But then
think you.
because they'd have to keep the payout on the other side, but they'd have to refund the other side.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks that they even have to keep the payout on the other side for the cheater. But they
I
don't.
mean, yeah,
The
but there's
bettors
no
don't
way
know
there's
that,
no
and
way you
that's
can
like,
make people pay back
right. You
your
can't
money for a
take
bet.
back
Like,
the
yeah,
winnings. It's very confusing. Or even just like something like if it's like a boxing or like MMA, and someone just comes out with some
like you threw.
serious.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was the whole thing about Mike Tyson back in the day. People were like, he's actively throwing. Like, it's very clear that he's throwing these fights. In sports books, I mean, they were so illegal at the time, anyways. But like
yeah.
sports books at the time were like, I don't care. You saw the result of the match. Like, I don't care.
Still bad
But
on.
there's just gonna have to be so many like gambling federations. There's going to have to be so many sport betting federations where like all teams have to abide by their rules and everything. Like we're gonna get a brand new NCAA, but in sport betting terms, with
Yeah,
where the market's going and like how saturated sports betting is getting, and with every single state getting legalized. It seems like every month there's a new state that's now legalized for online and virtual um, betting. It just feels like man, we need some big organ because there really is no overarching sport
no,
betting
there's not.
organization that holds people accountable, has consequences. Like it can have the action of like suspending. Like we need a sport betting federation that takes the MLB and CAA. It takes all the things and puts them underneath them, and you have to abide by certain rules of the gambling federation. And if it's not a met, then each league can have their own punishment and everything. But like if you find out that some player's cheating or something like that, they should be done for the year. Like that's about
Mm.
it. Like
And it also, this actually ties a lot in. So like, I was just gonna say the difference between how U.S. sportsbook and just international ones will have to handle
mm-hmm.
things will be huge, and that would be even bigger with the introduction of some kind of federation, because then, you know, the more and more things are regulated, yeah, it's probably better and probably works better. But man, it's less fun.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so,
they have to regulate tennis already. There's
right,
already a I don't know if it's a federation or whatever, but they do have to regulate tennis because if they see like a match in tennis where the favorite is getting like a shitload of like a favorite's just getting a ton of money, but in set two they see that like 98% of money is on the underdog, they'll actually stop the match. They'll stop the match. And I don't know what they do. I don't know if they cancel the match or something, or if they just don't play it out. But there's times where they can see that there's something fishy going
just
on,
the
where
activity's
people
too
like
weird.
the activity is way crazy on betting line, and they'll actually stop some tennis matches, just because of they're worried that there's some point shaving going on. Because the tennis match, the player will still win, but he'll purposely throw the second set, and he'll probably cash like $1 million because of it, because someone's paying him to do it. So there are regulations out there. Like there are federations that already exist out there, but the U.S. is going to need it, and they're going to need it fast because we're going to see a lot of schemy, bad shit in the next couple of years if we don't have something established, because it's going to take over the industry. Sports
Yep.
betting is taking over the sports industry, and if you're not ready for it, you better get ready for it because it's coming.
Oh,
It's
and
coming in
how
full
can you get
fledged
ready for it?
by
Perhaps.
creating a sports betting and entertainment company.
Or creating an account on the website for the one we already created.
Yeah, for heyfellas.co, VIP is less than $1 a day.
It's really not much.
It's
And
really
you'll
not
win more
nothing
than
at
a
all
dollar a
compared
day,
to
I'll tell
everyone
you
else
that.
charging on Twitter $200,
What is,
$100 for a week package.
man,
That bullshit when you have to be betting $100 units just to make your money back. Or you can just
man.
come to the fellas where we are proven winners. Make a free account on heyfellas.co. Check out the results. Check out all of our winning days, all the times that we win, plus 16 units in April, plus 6 units in May so far, and May's not even over. Come
Or
on.
if you don't even want the picks, if you're just like, I just like you guys, you could buy some merchandise. Check it out. I'm not wearing any. My
Follow the
laundry's
Twitter,
dirty.
follow the gram,
Follow the
sub to
Twitter,
the
follow the
YouTube.
gram. We're all out here. The
The
TikTok's been
TikTok
going
is popping.
ham. The
TikTok's
TikTok's been
popping.
going. You want some? This video's too long for you? Then you probably haven't made it this far. But
You probably not here right now.
if you are here and you're really upset about it, go on the TikTok. Short attention span. Boop boop
Yeah.
boop boop. Bets
I
bets
can only do
bets.
50-second videos. All right, fine. TikTok.
There you go.
Well, I don't like videos. I only like just seeing the pics for the day. Oh, Twitter.
Twitter.
Well, I only like betting on one play a day. Oh, Instagram. Well, can I see how you guys did? Oh, website. Well, can I buy it? Website. Can I website? Can I website? Man, we're just all all facets of this thing. We are ready.
Just buy some
20,
merch.
23 clients right now. 23.
Buy some
All making
merch.
money.
bro.
All 23 clients making money right now. Come on,
Come on,
fellas. We're just giving away money over here.
fellas. Listen.
You might have seen our YouTube and not think that we know what we're talking about. But at the end of the day, when this video shuts off, it is pure genius grind mode. Yeah, and Bearcats. Bearcats.
It is
genius
honestly, we just
grinding.
take it all we just take it very seriously. No joking, no messing
No
around.
shenanigans, no jokes. This is serious stuff. In all seriousness, we have a lot of fun with this.
We have a great time.
Probably a little bit too much.
But also when it comes down to the picks are real. The picks are real.
The picks are very real.
The picks are serious. They are serious money makers. They are research. The picks are there, bro, and they're there for the taking. Come get them. Come on now.
And hey, we also do free slates on the leans on social media.
True.
God, what a company. What a company that cares about its consumers.
The fellas care.
We're out here making YouTube videos. We're out here talking for the day, giving everyone their sports, gambling needs. We're out here providing picks for the people, paid and not paid. The paid ones are better, by the way.
He's holding a shirt now. Get that merch.
Does Bearcat got a little shirt now?
Bearcat's holding the shirt up.
Nice.
It took a little while. There we go. He's holding
Those
the
are
shirt
sick,
up.
by the way. Those are crew necks.
Those are sick.
I'd like to point out.
We got long sleeve tees, bro. Oh, I mean, come on, for the summer, get yourself something nice. Oh my, come on, the dad hats.
Get yourself a dad hat.
Oh
hey,
my
Father's Day is coming up,
gosh.
and if you don't get your dad a Hey Fellas dad hat, you're a terrible, terrible.
And dads wear dad
terrible
hats.
kid.
It just
You're
makes
a terrible
sense.
child.
It just makes sense.
You need to get your dad a Hey Fellas dad hat to make him feel loved and respected.
Or else he'll be mad.
He might disown you.
He might disown you.
He might. It might happen. I've heard of it happening before. Well, that was an electric Tuesday.
Wow.
We are 7 minutes over our time.
You're welcome.
Once again, providing more content than what we signed up for because we are the fellas. For the fellas, by the fellas.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I think we need to leave now. I think
I think we need to leave. That was probably the best outro, and we probably should have just left it at that. Turned on the beats and just headed on out.
For the fire, fellas. Oh,
I did
What'd you
say
say?
the under. I had the under and the Canucks.
under the light or Canucks?
game, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they don't even care. It's not even real hockey.
Or the Lightning money line. Either one. Either one.
There you go.
Both winners.
Don't say we never did anything for you.
Don't say it. I'm fucking pissed.
You'll be pissed. I'll be all right.
All right. Great
Bye,
Tuesday.
fellas.
Everyone enjoy your Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll
10
see you
o'clock
tomorrow.
sharp.
All righty.